Let's go ahead and begin by saying, you know, in my life here, man, it amazes me how every time we take one step forward, we end up taking two steps back. You know, the executions that happen in Baton Rouge as well as in Minneapolis, and that's exactly what they were, was executions. All right? They were no different than things that I've seen in countries like Colombia and Venezuela, where the corrupt police, will execute someone that speaks against their government, by the end of that night. People have made the argument that, and I've gone back and forth over this, that people have made the argument that Mr. Sterling was resisting and this and that. I said nothing at all about that video justifies the execution that happened. And they're like, why do you see it as an execution? And I said, plain and simple. They had him subdued, and the officer took a shot to the back of the head. That is an execution anywhere you look at it. Now, the only reason that any loss of life to me is tragic and unnecessary. And the only reason that these things happen in Minneapolis and in Baton Rouge and in Dallas is because of lack of human respect. You know, I was born into a family of money in Puerto Rico. My family, after my mom and dad separated, we moved down to southern Indiana, a little small town out there where we were the only minorities in the entire county. Now, was there racial treatment? Absolutely. Did it kill me? Absolutely not. I'm here talking to you. Did it make me stronger? It absolutely did, because I don't hold my tongue for no man or woman. Now, you know, the bad thing about everything that has happened is simply this, is that there is no winner. Because for every crooked cop, there's 100 good cops that are making that crooked cop's making them look like him. It's making the stereotypes happening. It's bringing that another generation of young people, minorities that distrust the police. I have been fortunate to where I've never had an encounter such as that, with the police. The closest thing I ever had was I had my vehicle searched for pulling a joke on the cop, and he was a motorcycle cop, pulled me over. I downloaded the Chips theme song on my phone, took down all my windows. As he was approaching my vehicle, I played it with the speakers blaring in my car. He didn't find it so funny. But besides all that, we live in a country that in the 21st century, racial discrimination and racial treatments and racial divides are still a problem, and that is sad. That is extremely sad. There are countries that I've worked with men and women from countries such as Nigeria, Liberia, Kenya, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and these people over there, if you're born, let me tell you about this. If you're born into a family name, you could be the scumbag of the family. Every family has got that drunk uncle or cousin that nobody likes them having him around. But he always finds out when the family dinners are and always happens to show up lit beyond all means. If you happen to be that person born under the right name in any other country around the world, you are born into what we address here as white privilege. You get family privilege over there. You are granted money. You are granted property. You are granted all these things that you are not otherwise allowed to have if you're not born under that name.